Stop right there. The police officer shouted, his voice cutting through the chaos like a knife. The flashing red and blue lights painted the night in panic. But the man they had cornered, a young billionaire in a torn tuxedo, wasn't what they thought he was. And standing between him and the armed officers was a man they never expected, a single-dad veteran, with nothing left to lose but his integrity. If you're here, don't blink, because what you're about to hear will make you believe in second chances, in courage, and in what it truly means to do the right thing even when no one's watching. And hey, if you believe good people still exist, hit that like button, and subscribe, because this story, it's going to remind you why kindness changes everything. John Rivers wasn't born rich. He was born in a small Midwestern town, raised by a mother who worked 2 jobs just to keep the lights on. He joined the army at 18, serving 3 tours overseas, before life threw him a curveball. A roadside bomb, a medical discharge, and a baby girl waiting back home with no one else to call family. For years, John did what he knew best: protect, serve, survive. Now, he lived in a quiet neighborhood, raising little Emma in a 2-room house he'd rebuilt himself after the storm. He worked nights as a security guard at a downtown parking complex. It wasn't much, but it was honest work, and it meant food on the table, a roof overhead, and the comfort of knowing his daughter could sleep safely every night. That evening started like any other: drizzle tapping the roof, distant traffic hums, John sipping cheap coffee from a thermos and flipping through Emma's latest drawing in his pocket. But when the screech of tires broke the silence, his instincts kicked in before his mind could catch up. A black luxury car spun into the parking lot, headlights cutting through the rain, skidding to a halt against the curb. Out stumbled a man in a suit, not drunk, not dangerous, just scared. Behind him, sirens wailed closer, and John's gut twisted. Something wasn't right. "Help me," the man gasped, clutching his side. "They're saying I ran. I didn't. Please, I just need a minute." John could see it: fear, genuine, not the kind that hides guilt, but the kind that screams innocence. His soldier's intuition whispered, "He's not the threat." Moments later, 3 police cruisers screeched in, doors flying open, officers aiming flashlights and shouting commands. "Step away from him. He's under arrest." But John didn't move. He stepped in front of the billionaire, voice steady but firm. "You sure you got the right guy? Maybe ask questions before you draw conclusions." "Sir, back away," the lead officer barked. "That man's a suspect in a hit and run." The billionaire, chest heaving, pleaded, "It wasn't me. Someone stole my license plates. I was chasing them to prove it." It would have been easy for John to walk away, to let the system handle it. But life had taught him something: justice doesn't always start in the courtroom. Sometimes, it starts when one person decides not to look away. John raised his hands. "If he's guilty, you'll find out. But I'm not letting you take him down without proof. He's bleeding, scared, and alone. You think that's the face of a criminal? No, that's someone fighting for his name." For a tense minute, rain pounding the pavement, no one spoke. The lead officer exchanged a look with the others, then sighed. "Fine. But if you're wrong, that's on you." John nodded. "I've carried heavier things." That night, John gave the man shelter in the guard booth, cleaned his wound with Emma's leftover band-aids, and handed him his jacket. They talked about war, about loss, about trying to do the right thing when the world's too loud to listen. The man introduced himself as Nathan Drake, billionaire, yes, but more importantly, a father. A single one too. His son was waiting at home, and all he wanted was to get back before the media turned him into a villain. John saw something familiar: exhaustion, not from wealth, but from loneliness. The kind you carry when you're doing your best for a child who doesn't see how hard you're fighting. By morning, evidence came through: traffic cameras, witness statements, all clearing Nathan's name. The police showed up again, this time with apologies. Nathan offered John money, a blank check, anything he wanted. But John just smiled, shaking his head. "You can't buy what I did. I didn't do it for a reward. I did it because my little girl deserves a world where people still do the right thing." Nathan didn't press. He just nodded, silently storing that moment in his heart. The next day, John woke to a sound he'd never heard before: engines. Not one, not 10, hundreds. He stepped outside, rubbing his eyes, and froze. 200 luxury cars lined the street, their owners standing beside them, silent, respectful, many holding signs. Thank you, John. We see you. We stand with you. At the center, Nathan Drake, smiling, holding Emma's hand. You said no to money. So I brought you something else, a reminder. That good men inspire good people. Every one of these cars belongs to someone you helped without knowing it. Veterans you protected. Families you fought for. Businesses you guarded. They're here, for you. John's eyes watered. Emma looked up at him, tugging his sleeve. Daddy, they came, for us. He nodded, voice breaking. Yeah, baby. For us. One of the men stepped forward, a mechanic. We all pitched in. Your house, it's getting fixed. Emma's school. Paid for. You don't owe us a thing. You earned it. John's knees nearly gave out. He'd spent his life serving, never expecting anything back. And yet here they were, strangers, united by gratitude, by faith in someone who simply refused to stop